In a previous video, I would have shared with you my first engagement, my first introduction to the Amanita Muscaria, and how it helped me get over certain creative blocks I was dealing with without even consuming it. And so, yeah, this really captured my imagination and piqued my curiosity to delve a little bit deeper. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you the impact Amanita Muscaria has had on me over the last 3 years. And there's a bit of trepidation in recording this video. There is with most videos, I guess. I am not comfortable being in front of a lens. But Amanita Muscaria actually has helped me become more comfortable and okay with that imperfect self. Whether it's, you know, the judging Rob on not being able to coherently or articulate what I want to say without recording the video several times. I'm just allowing myself to free flow more and not be so particular in a very particular world. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of a background first on why maybe I was looking, searching, seeking out such a mushroom, and most of it was unconscious. But you know, I've been working with plant medicines now for maybe 7 or 8 years, and I suppose my whole motivation there was a lot of physical pain that I was going through, emotional, and that stems back from, you know, childhood and teenage years, and just, you know, all the experiences that I've had that have been, you know, a struggle for me to comprehend and to cope as well. My mind just being very busy, being on the ADHD spectrum. You know, we are either in the future or the past, and it's very hard for us to keep present consistently. And that's one of the, you know, jumping ahead now, that's one of the main takeaways for me, and if you're listening, presence, having that gift of presence from the Amanita Muscaria, whether it was a micro, macro, or a deep dive, it seems that that is where it's directing me anyway. And everybody's unique, but there is many, let's say, there is a consensus out there that it does bring and groundedness, and naturally with a more grounded body and mind, we are able to be more present with each other, and have that awareness to maybe be a little bit more thoughtful as well. For me, I started exploring the tea inspired by Amanita Dreamer, and started using that and starting to see immediate benefits just in terms of making me more calmer and grounded, as I mentioned, but also giving me a little bit of energy, inconsistent, like, you know, not like a coffee type stimulant energy, but just like, I'm feeling different. I'm feeling more comfortable, natural in my body. So, and you know, I started exploring kind of different measurements of the tea. I won't go into that in this video, but I want to skip towards the biggest breakthrough I had with Amanita was with Vadim Strutsenko, an Estonian shaman and, let's say, thought leader in this space. He's very knowledgeable, both about Amanita Muscaria and all kind of domains of spirituality. And he ran a group, the Journal, back in November 2022, and I was there for his maiden voyage, and it was incredible, beautiful group. And every day for 30 days I took dried mushroom in a capsule form, mixed, 0.3 grams, and then in the evening as well. And we are encouraged to do our intention setting each morning, which was already a ritual of mine, but was more focused, especially with the synergy of the group. And we would meet twice a week, and we would share, and we'd learn from other people's experiences. So that was quite impactful in terms of what I found was I was just getting through life just so much more easier without going into my main intention. It was around communications, in relationships, and I just noticed for that whole 30 days there was no even triggers, never mind reactions. I was just seeing above it all, and I thought that was it. I thought like, oh wow, this is mind blowing if this lasts the course. And but it didn't, and I think it was the last day of the course where I was triggered by my partner, and we had a little bit of a fight, and I was really disappointed with myself, or just even the mushroom. I was going like, this, what's going on, like, but I was also grateful of the fact that, okay, well, look how far I did get. And while I'm still confused and processing what has happened in the year preceding that, because I seem to have been brought many, let's say, experiences where I'm being challenged. It's like the mushroom is saying, okay, well, if you really want to live the best version of yourself, then you're going to have to really get underneath these traumas and start healing. And while I feel the awareness is there, it's when the behavior will present itself, and I'm unable to get into the thought gap consistently enough to break that pattern. Yeah, so while I feel in the grand scheme of things, it's like, when I look back on 2023, a very challenging year, but incredibly insightful. So much growth, microdosing on and off with the Amanita. I still feel, I'm on the cusp, and I will continue to kind of explore with the Amanita, because one of the main things Amanita can help you with, if you are struggling, if you are in challenging, high pressurized situations, family, work related, whatever that may be, it has this magical ability to hold you, to support you, to turn down the dial on the fear and help you get through situations, really hard situations. And you'll be blown away, as have I been. But it's not necessarily the magic solution in terms of doing the healing. It just seems to bring up stuff, and then it's up to you to have the awareness and the strength and the courage to get into the thought gaps, to break those patterns, as I alluded to. And I at a microscopic level, I feel I'm not sure if I am breaking those patterns. But then when I look at the last year, and then I read back over some of my notes as I did before on this call, and this might be just a bias, a cognitive bias I have, but I'd like to think that yes, there has been huge progress within the main thing that I've been focusing on, and that is my emotional balance, my sensitivities, and how I react. And yeah, I guess I'm sharing that because if that is one of your intentions, and you can have many different things going on, but I think it's quite a common thing for us. to get an important thing to get a good hold over how our emotions are showing up and how we act in certain situations. And anger is a common theme, probably scaring you now, and that's not my intention. Um, but anger is a common theme with some certain people. Amanita Dreamer has brought it up. Vadim Baba Masha in his book and in several podcasts has brought it up that it can bring up that anger to the surface, and then it's up to you to say, well, what's underneath this anger? Why am I frustrated? Why am I impatient? And what can I do about it? And that's a whole different conversation. So, but overall, I wouldn't be creating this video, I wouldn't be continuing to bring awareness to this powerful mushroom if I didn't see that there was progress being made. And not just when I look at myself, but when I look at my clients, when I look at all the people that have come through the workshops and the retreats. And it's early days yet, I like to give things a year at least before I make some kind of a conclusion. And I'm coming to a little over a year now since I started microdosing with the powder format. And as I mentioned, it's mixed results, but I do feel I am a better communicator. I do feel I'm making progress in my relationship, not just my partner, but just in relationships in general. I'm less sensitive, I'm less judgmental and less criticizing. I seem to be able to catch myself more often than not, but it's still there. It's a constant practice. And if you are brave and courageous enough to work with such a powerful medicine, it will aid you, no doubt, if you are willing to do the work. And if you're already content and happy in your life, well, then it's not going to help you. It'll only help people that are struggling and need that support. So I think I'll leave it there. And if you do want to learn more about this mushroom, you can go to my resources page. I have plenty of material there, from helpful videos and preparation to more kind of spiritual videos from Vadim and Baba Masha and Amanita Dreamer, and they've all been a huge inspiration for me, and I'm very grateful to have that backing. And I also created, along with my partner Ingrid, a free microdosing guide and journal, so you can check that out if you feel called. That really can't underestimate the power of journaling, especially when you're taking on something new, so you can actually identify the subtle changes, because it is mostly, when you're microdosing, a sub-perceptible experience. So you really have to, if you want to really notice and be able to iron out what's interfering perhaps with your microdosing protocol, it's really good to have a journal and a monitoring system, checking in on your energy and looking in at the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. And also, if you would like to give me a call, I offer a free consultation. And wishing you all the best if you do take this journey. And